Viola Davis is one of the most acclaimed actors of her generation. But Tracy Smith has discovered that Davis has another creative love, one she's pursuing with author James Patterson.
On yet another sunny winter day in Southern California, Viola Davis is home and happy to be here.
Are you a homebody?
Homebody, totally.
Yeah?
I'm total introvert.
What
Introvert.
What do you like about being at home?
I like just being. I just like to be regular. I don't want to put on makeup. I don't want to try to be anyone else other than myself.
But when she does leave home, she has a tendency to make magic. Viola Davis can light up a red carpet. She can turn bad guys into superheroes.
Complete the mission, you get time off your prison sentence. Fail the mission, you die.
And make us believe she helped negotiate Michael Jordan's shoe deal.
Isn't that why you came to my home?
Yes, it is.
A shoe is just a shoe until my son steps into it.
And now she's stepped into the publishing world with a new novel, Judge Stone. She co-wrote the book with superstar author James Patterson, who knows a thing or two about collaboration.
Me and James couldn't be any more different. And yet, writing this book, I just liked him. We just connected.
So magic kind of happened. Yeah?
Magic, yeah.
I think magic can happen a lot if people would just stay open.
Yes.
Judge Stone is a legal thriller about a respected black female circuit judge in a small Alabama town who presides over a highly controversial case when a teenage girl named Nova is raped and has an illegal abortion.
Why touch on the subject of abortion when you know it's a lightning rod
That's
for
why.
some people?
That's exactly
That's why.
That's why. To make it so it's not a lightning rod. And that's why, I think that's why the story is so good, why it's so powerful. Because we're going into areas that people aren't talking, and we need to talk about it.
To help flesh out the character of the victim, Davis says she drew on her own experience with sexual assault.
I felt a responsibility to women who have been sexually assaulted and raped, especially children, as I am one of them. And what they also deserve is the truth of how it made them feel.
The new book, Judge Stone, comes out tomorrow, and James Patterson says he has high hopes.
Every book you start, you want it to be great. And sometimes you have to settle for not so good or very good. And in this case, I think we settled for great.
And they both know all about great.
Look, I only have a few minutes, not to be disagreeing, but if we're talking about something floating around between this priest and my son, it ain't my son's fault.
This was Viola Davis as an agonized mother in the 2008 film Doubt, opposite Meryl Streep, who became a close friend during filming.
Miss Meryl Streep, I think we clicked on Doubt over a lot of chocolate.
You bonded over chocolate.
Oh man, we ate the hell out of that chocolate, let me tell you. You know the rules maybe, but that don't cover it. I know what I won't accept. You accept what you gotta accept and you work with it.
In this film, Davis was only on screen for about 8 minutes, but her performance was so riveting it earned her an Oscar nomination. It's not all that surprising when you hear about the work she always puts in before the cameras roll.
You write bios for your characters?
Yeah, we were trying to figure out who they are. And so you write and you write and you write and you write, and somewhere in there, something clicks.
In fact, Viola Davis wanted to write long before she wanted to act, even as a little girl growing up in Central Falls, Rhode Island.
Now, I wanted to be a writer when I was 9 years old. It was my fantasy. I don't know why, maybe because I loved the Bobbsey twin books. I was like, oh, I could make a life of that.
Her new book centers around an impoverished young girl struggling with her own self-worth, and to Davis, that's familiar ground.
How much of your own story influenced these characters?
All of it. Every single bit of my story influenced all of these characters. I feel that it is my duty to honor 6-year-old Viola. I can't sort of think about her dimples without thinking about the fact that she always felt ugly.
Viola Davis says she carries the pain she felt as a 6-year-old into every role, like the series How to Get Away with Murder, and this one.
It's not easy for me to admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years.
Well, I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you, Troy.
In a way, she turned her own insecurity into dramatic power, and eventually Oscar gold.
And the Oscar goes to Viola Davis.
Davis won the Best Actress Oscar for Fences, and probably could have won another for the acceptance speech.
And to my husband and my daughter, I'm so glad that you are the foundation of my life.
Speaking of her husband and daughter, she shares a house with both, plus one very pampered pup.
Here comes Bailey.
Come on, baby. Come with mommy, baby.
Hi, sweetheart.
This is my baby cakes.
Yes. Why did you decide to get Bailey?
Well, really, it was my daughter who desperately wanted a dog. And guess who never walks a dog now? I mean, she does walk the dog, but you know how kids are.
So it seems Viola Davis is one of the most decorated dog walkers in the world, with her EGOT status, having earned an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. And now she's sure to add best-selling author to those accolades. But to her, the real award is something else.
So, going back to this writing of novels, is this the start of another career for you?
Perhaps. I don't know. I don't. I don't know what this chapter in my life is about. You know, maybe a little bit more writing, or maybe travel. You know, maybe just being a regular person. I think I've earned that, you know. EGOT is not going to be on my gravestone. Just put it that way.
No?
No. I don't think there's enough space. But beloved, there's enough space for beloved. You know? Yeah.